growth is never easy. It stretches you. It shakes you. It pulls you into places you've never been before. And that's why it feels uncomfortable. Because comfort lives in the known. Growth lives in the unknown. Every great transformation begins with a season of discomfort. When the seed breaks open beneath the soil, it doesn't look pretty. It's dark, it's lonely, it's quiet, but something beautiful is happening. That same principle is working in you. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. Time is your most sacred currency, and how you manage it during discomfort determines whether you will rise or remain. Let's explore 6 keys to maximize time and transform discomfort into growth. 1. Fully present in the process. You cannot grow where you are not present. Too often, people chase future goals but run from current pain. The process is the progress. Every breath, every moment, every challenge carries a lesson waiting to be understood. When you stop escaping the moment and start embracing it, you discover wisdom inside the pain. Growth does not happen in the future. It happens now. The mistake most people make is believing that progress will come someday. When the opportunity arrives, when they feel ready, when circumstances align. But growth is never waiting for a better moment. It is unfolding in the moment you are standing in right now. Being fully present means allowing yourself to experience this exact moment without resistance. It means to stop rushing, stop overthinking, stop wishing you were somewhere else. And to understand that this moment is not in your way, it is your way. The mind loves to wander into the past and the future, but neither can serve you. The past already happened. The future is still forming. Only space where transformation can occur is here, the present. You see, presence is not passive. It is the most active form of awareness. It's not just about being still, it's about being awake. Every emotion, every challenge, every failure carries a message. You can only hear it if you are truly here. When you are distracted, life passes in fragments. But when you are present, time expands. Minutes turn into meaning. Ordinary days reveal extraordinary lessons. The seed doesn't fight the soil, doesn't question how deep it's been buried. It surrenders completely to the process of becoming. And yet, surrender is its greatest strength. The same principle applies to you. You grow most when you stop fighting the season you are in. You cannot rush maturity. You cannot accelerate wisdom. You can only participate in it, moment by moment. Being fully present also means observing your emotions instead of being ruled by them. When frustration arises, react immediately, breathe, observe it. Ask what it's teaching you. When fear whispers, "You can't do this," don't silence it with denial. Listen and then choose courage anyway. That's presence. It's not about escaping discomfort. It's about transforming it through awareness. You can only maximize time when you stop wasting moments on regret and anxiety. Regret lives in yesterday. Anxiety lives in tomorrow. Presence lives in now. If you are fully here, even a single hour becomes sacred. The way you breathe, the way you speak, the way you respond, everything gains depth and clarity. In truth, the present moment is not something you must reach for. It is something you must return to. You already have it. You just forgot. Every breath is an invitation to begin again. Every sunrise is an opportunity to be fully alive, not half here, half elsewhere. Presence turns the ordinary into the divine. When you wash dishes with attention, it becomes meditation. When you walk with awareness, every step becomes prayer. When you speak with intention, your words carry healing. You begin to realize that nothing is small, that life itself is sacred, not because of what you achieve, because of how deeply you live it. So, be fully present in the process. Don't rush the lesson. Don't run from the pain. Don't wait for tomorrow to live with awareness. The journey is not ahead of you. It's already happening beneath your feet. When you give your full presence to this moment, time ceases to be something you manage. It becomes something you master. Desire is powerful. It stirs the heart. It gives you vision. It whispers, there is more for you than this. But desire alone is not enough. Many people feel the spark of inspiration, but few turn that spark into fire. That transformation happens through one sacred word: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between what you want and what you become. It is not punishment. It is not control. It is devotion, the daily commitment to align your actions with your purpose, even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. You see, motivation is temporary. It rises with emotion and fades with time. Motivation depends on how you feel. Discipline depends on what you value. And when you live by your values instead of your moods, you stop being controlled by circumstance and start being guided by intention. There are days when you will not feel inspired. Days when your body feels heavy, your mind resists, and your heart doubts. Those are not the days to give up. They are the days that define you. Every time you act with discipline instead of emotion, you strengthen the muscle of mastery. Discipline doesn't mean doing everything at once. It means doing the right thing consistently. It means showing up, even in small ways, until your effort becomes identity. You may not notice change day by day. Discipline compounds silently. Like a river carving through stone, it reshapes your life drop by drop. When you keep your word to yourself, you create internal trust. That trust becomes confidence, and that confidence becomes momentum. People often chase confidence as if it's something to find, but confidence is something you earn through disciplined action. Every time you follow through on your promise, you tell your soul, I can be trusted. Time rewards those who live with discipline, because discipline gives structure to chaos. It gives focus to energy. It turns scattered motion into meaningful direction. You stop being busy and start being effective. You stop counting hours and start creating value. Discipline is not just about productivity. It's about alignment. It is about living with integrity between what you say and what you do. Every act of discipline is an act of respect toward your own potential. You're not working to impress others. You're working to honor the calling within you. There will be moments when you feel like you're moving too slowly. Progress feels invisible. When sacrifice feels endless. Remember, growth happens in silence before it happens in sight. Roots grow before the tree breaks the surface. Stay disciplined in the unseen. Trust the invisible work. When you commit to discipline, you gain freedom, not restriction. Freedom from distraction. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the chaos of inconsistency. Discipline doesn't limit you, it liberates you. Because you no longer depend on the fleeting emotions of the day. You depend on the deeper rhythm of purpose. So, rise early if you must. Practice even when no one watches. Keep your promises even when no one praises you. Because discipline is not about what you get. It's about who you become in the process. Each disciplined moment is a seed planted in time. In its season, that seed will bear fruit. The fruit of character, confidence, and destiny. When desire meets discipline, dreams stop being fantasies and start becoming reality. That is how time is maximized, not by speed, by steady faithfulness to what truly matters. Your energy is sacred. It is the invisible current that powers every decision, every conversation, every step you take. You may not see it, but you feel it, and others feel it too. When your energy is scattered, your focus weakens. When your energy is protected, your spirit strengthens. The way you manage your energy determines the quality of your time and the direction of your growth. Most people think time is their greatest resource, but time without energy is useless. You can have all the hours in the world. If your mind is drained, your heart heavy, and your spirit restless, nothing flows. Protecting your energy means guarding the inner space where peace, focus, and purpose live. It means understanding that not everything and everyone deserves access to you. There are conversations that drain you, places that distract you, and habits that dilute your strength. Protecting your energy does not mean building walls. It means creating boundaries with wisdom. It means saying no without guilt and yes with clarity. Because every yes you give to something unworthy of your energy is a silent no to your growth. Your energy is like a garden. Whatever you allow to enter will take root. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, criticism, and noise, weeds will grow and choke your peace. But if you choose thoughts, people, and environments that align with your purpose, your energy becomes fertile ground for creation. Protecting your energy is the act of cultivating that sacred garden. Careful with the company you keep. Some people enter your life with storms that are not yours to calm. You cannot heal everyone. You cannot save everyone. You are not meant to carry every burden that passes your path. Sometimes most loving act you can do for others and for yourself is to walk away peacefully. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is necessary. When your energy is low, your perception distorts. Problems seem larger, opportunities seem smaller, and time feels shorter. When your energy is balanced, your vision clears, you see possibilities where others see obstacles. You act from calmness, not chaos. You respond instead of reacting. That is the power of alignment. And alignment begins with protection. To protect your energy, you must also manage your internal dialogue. The most draining conversation is often the one you have with yourself. Be aware of how you speak inwardly. Are you your own critic or your own ally? Your words carry vibration, your thoughts carry weight. Speak life into yourself. Feed your mind with gratitude, your heart with compassion, and your soul with stillness. You can't maximize time if your energy is constantly leaking into distractions. Turn off the noise, take breaks from screens, moments in silence. Protect your mornings, they set the rhythm for your day. Protect your nights, they prepare your mind for peace. The more you respect your energy, the more time begins to flow smoothly, almost effortlessly. Growth requires energy. Healing requires energy. Vision requires energy. That is why protecting it is not optional. It is essential. You are the guardian of your inner world. What you allow in will eventually shape what flows out. So choose wisely. Not every voice deserves your ear. Every invitation deserves your presence. You do not owe access to everyone. You owe peace to yourself. When your energy is protected, your purpose flourishes. Because time is precious, but energy is life itself. We live in a world that glorifies speed. Fast results, fast answers, fast success. We are taught that faster is better. That if you're not moving quickly, you're falling behind. But the truth is, speed is not the same as progress. Rushing is not the same as growing. You can move fast and still go nowhere. You can run in circles and still end up lost. Letting go of the need for speed is an act of wisdom. It means understanding that not everything meaningful can be rushed. Flowers bloom when they're ready, not when you demand it. Sunrise comes in its time, not when you command it. The same is true for your growth. Some things take time, not because they are delayed, because they are developing. When you slow down, you begin to notice what speed hides. You start seeing details that once blurred by. You start feeling the texture of each moment, the rhythm of your breath, the sound of silence, the lessons hidden in simple things. Time stops being something you chase and becomes something you experience. True mastery doesn't happen through haste. It happens through rhythm. Rhythm is the harmony between effort and rest, action and reflection. When you live in rhythm, you stop fighting time. You begin to flow with it. Your pace becomes your prayer. Your consistency becomes your strength. Speed often comes from fear. The fear of being left behind, fear of not doing enough, the fear of missing your moment. But fear is a poor companion on the journey to purpose. Growth doesn't respond to panic, it responds to patience. And patience is not laziness, it is power under control. It is faith in process. It is trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what is not meant for you cannot stay. Letting go of speed doesn't mean giving up ambition. It means aligning your ambition with awareness. It means moving with intention instead of impulse. When you slow down, you begin to measure your steps instead of just counting them. You begin to create rather than just complete. You stop chasing the next thing and start cherishing the now of the sculptor. Every movement deliberate, every strike meaningful. They don't rush because they know beauty comes from precision, not pressure. The same is true for your life. Every day you are shaping your destiny. Let it be intentional, not impulsive. When you let go of the obsession with speed, time becomes your ally, not your enemy. You begin to feel more balanced, more aware, more present. You realize that growth is not about how fast you reach your destination, but how deeply you understand the journey. Even nature teaches this truth. The tree does not rush to bear fruit, it first grows roots. The river does not force its flow, it moves naturally, effortlessly, finding its path through patience. Life itself moves in seasons, some for planting, some for waiting, and some for harvesting. Each has its purpose, each has its pace. The need for speed is the ego's hunger for validation. Real success doesn't need to be seen, it needs to be felt. When you stop rushing, you begin to feel more peace, more joy, more gratitude. You realize that time is not against you, it is for you. So release the pressure to hurry. You are not late, you are learning. You are not behind, you are becoming. Growth is not a race, it's a rhythm. And when you honor that rhythm, you find that life itself begins to move in harmony with you. Stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the presence of awareness. It is that quiet space between thoughts, the silent strength that exists beneath noise. In a world that glorifies constant motion, stillness feels unnatural at first. We are trained to keep doing, achieving, producing. The greatest growth often happens in moments when we stop, breathe, and simply be. Stillness is where clarity lives. It is where your inner voice becomes audible again. When your mind is racing, your vision blurs. You start chasing things that don't matter, reacting instead of responding, surviving instead of creating. But when you learn the art of stillness, the storm inside begins to calm. Suddenly, the answers that once felt distant begin to surface. Not because you forced them, but because you made room for them. Time does not expand by doing more, it expands by being present. Stillness teaches you to pause between one moment and the next, to breathe deeply, and to listen, not just to what is happening around you, but to what is unfolding within you. In that space, you start to hear truth. You realize that not every battle requires a reaction, not every situation needs an immediate answer, and not every silence needs to be filled. We live in an age of endless stimulation. Every second our senses are flooded with sound, screens, and stories. The mind becomes a crowded room. Growth requires space, and stillness is the way we create that space. It is not laziness, it is alignment. It's the moment when you return to center, when your spirit reconnects with peace. Learning the art of stillness is learning the art of listening. Listening to your breath, to your thoughts, the quiet guidance that life whispers when you stop trying to control it. The most profound insights don't come through effort. They come through awareness. You cannot hear wisdom when your mind is shouting. You must be still enough to receive it. Stillness is also the birthplace of strength. When you can sit with discomfort instead of running from it, you develop resilience. When you can be quiet in uncertainty, you cultivate faith. The ability to remain calm when life becomes chaotic is not weakness. It is mastery. Knowing that peace does not depend on your surroundings. It depends on your state of being. Art of Stillness also redefines how you use time. Instead of filling every minute with activity, you begin to value pauses. You start to understand that rest is not a waste, it's a weapon. Reflection is not a delay, it's direction. When you spend time in stillness, you return to action with sharper focus, deeper clarity, and renewed energy. Think of a lake. When its surface is disturbed, the reflection disappears. But when the water grows still, it becomes a mirror again, perfectly clear, perfectly calm. The same happens with your mind. When you slow the ripples of thought, you begin to see yourself and your path more clearly. Stillness teaches patience. It teaches trust. It teaches surrender, not as defeat, but as wisdom. When you stop forcing outcomes, life begins to unfold naturally. You realize that growth doesn't always come from effort. Sometimes it comes from allowing. So make room for silence. Sit in it. Listen. Let the noise settle until what remains is truth. The world may call it stillness. It is the highest form of movement. Movement inward toward clarity, peace, and power. Growth always asks you to walk into unfamiliar territory. It calls you into places your mind has never been, emotions you've never faced, and possibilities you've never touched. That is why growth feels uncomfortable. Because you've never been here before. Discomfort is not danger. It's direction. It's the universe saying, this way, keep going. Change frightens us because it asks us to let go of what we know. And the human mind loves the known. Even when the familiar is painful, it feels safe because it's predictable. But everything new, everything extraordinary, everything transformative begins beyond that border of familiarity. To transcend fear is to step beyond that line, to trust the unseen path that leads to who you are becoming. Fear is not your enemy, it is a messenger. It appears when something inside you is expanding faster than your comfort zone can handle. When you understand this, no longer controls you. It teaches you. It says, pay attention. You're evolving. Instead of running from fear, learn to observe it. Breathe into it. Let it speak. And then choose to move anyway. Because courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means acting in spite of it. The truth is you cannot grow and remain the same. Change will demand parts of you to die. Old habits, old doubts, old identities. Shedding can feel painful, but it's necessary. The seed must break for the plant to rise. Caterpillar must dissolve before the butterfly can fly. The old version of you cannot carry the weight of your new destiny. To transcend fear, you must begin to see life as movement, not as a fixed point. Everything around you. The seasons, the sky, tides, lives in rhythm with change. Only the human mind resists it. But when you begin to align with that natural flow, you realize that change is not loss, it is life itself expressing growth. Every moment you resist change, you hold yourself in the past. When you open your heart to it, you begin to notice how time supports you. What once felt like falling becomes flying. What once felt like chaos becomes creation. The fear you once tried to escape becomes the doorway to deeper peace. Transcending fear also requires faith. Faith in the unseen, faith in the process, faith in yourself. Even when the path ahead feels unclear, remind yourself that uncertainty is not emptiness. It's potential. It's the blank canvas upon which your next chapter will be written. More you trust life, the less you fear change. You start to understand that every ending carries a hidden beginning, every loss carries a silent gift, and every unfamiliar season is preparing you for something greater than what you left behind. Sometimes, growth asks you to release things you love. People, places, versions of yourself. It hurts, but love doesn't disappear. It transforms. It becomes wisdom. It becomes gratitude. It becomes freedom. Fear may whisper, "You're not ready." But readiness doesn't come before or action. It comes through action. Every step you take, even trembling, makes you stronger. Every moment you face what you once avoided, your spirit expands. So walk forward gently but boldly. Let fear walk beside you. Don't let it lead. Trust that everything unfamiliar today will one day feel natural. Everything uncomfortable now will one day make sense. Because change is not here to break you. It's here to build you. Growth will always feel unfamiliar, but that's how you know you're becoming someone new. The place you've never been before is not your limitation. It's your invitation. Step into it. Growth is not a destination. It's a journey of becoming. It is not something that happens overnight. It unfolds slowly, beautifully, and often painfully. Yet every moment of discomfort, every stretch of patience, every season of waiting is shaping something divine within you. You have learned to be present in the process, to stop running from the moment and start learning from it. You have learned that discipline is not a prison, but a pathway. The bridge between your dreams and your destiny. You have learned to protect your energy, to choose peace over noise, purpose over distraction. You have learned to let go of the need for speed, to trust in divine timing instead of the world's timeline. You have learned the art of stillness, to listen to the voice that speaks only in silence. And finally, you have learned to transcend fear, step boldly into the unknown, and trust that you are being guided. These are not just lessons, they are transformations. Each one turns time into wisdom and struggle into strength. Growth will always feel uncomfortable because you've never been here before. But that's how you know you're evolving. Resist the unfamiliar. Don't shrink when things shift. Life is not punishing you, it is preparing you. Every ending you face is not a wall, but a door. Every delay is not denial, it's direction. Every uncomfortable season is proof that you are outgrowing what once fit you. So stand tall in your process. Breathe deeply in your becoming. And remember this truth, you were never meant to stay where you began. You were meant to rise. When you honor time, protect your peace, stay disciplined, embrace stillness, and walk through fear, you stop surviving time and start commanding it. You become a master of your moment. You live not by pressure, but by purpose. And when you reach that point, when you stop fighting the change and start flowing with it, you realize that every moment, even the hardest ones, were sacred invitations to become more of who you truly are.